December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready! erikg2385's. Quit talking about it and bring it.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
On second down, Conner looking for space. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
53, Mike 53. You don't want that.
Right back to Conner here on first. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half in some of these shorter games.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle, Sheldon Richardson, came barreling in for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
But it's brought in by Washington. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year. It's Nick Chubb. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Rolling to his right. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Get ready, get ready.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Real. Hey, zoom. Hey, alert 33. Run.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Well, one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
It's just me and you.
Mayfield off the play fake. Out to his left. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check safety. Hey, alert. Regular. Point it right. Shit. Hurry.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
On 2nd and goal, Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll run with a former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor, and a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the air now. Here's Rudolph. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Here we go. 60 on. Check.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
This is Connor. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
Ready. Hey, Charlie. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
The Browns take over. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Okay, just like that. Just like that.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
25, check 25, check pistol. Hey, alert. Check. Hey, wahoo! Kings!
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
198. Hurry! Hey, team 6. Give me that ball. Jump. Deuce. Back. I got you.
From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
I got it.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 7-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Ready?
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Here we go. Ready,
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Watch that in. Tight end's right.
Here's Connor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Set up. 60 outlaw. Hey. Play outside, D. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Now on 2nd and 16. Rudolph. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
That's it, baby.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Got it. Mike's 50. Push him back. Get it.
from the gun. Here's Rudolph. That's complete to his running back, Connor. Well, they do get 5 there, but it's not enough. And it'll be 4th down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Browns drive about to get started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. They'll roll him out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Hey, alert 33. Alert, 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 alert. Hey, Haywood.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield, he's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the 2nd half. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
1st down, Cleveland.
Mike. 180. Cross the pass. Cross the pass. Out, 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 out.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield now. And he's going to go down again. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And now this throw complete to Washington. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Rudolph. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 38. Rudolph looking to throw it. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rudolph. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back to throw, Rudolph. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. Mike 55. Mike 55. Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike 55.
Now Mayfield. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. So they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Hey, on 133. 55.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry, and they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
Hey, alert!
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Check 26, check 26. Real.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Seibert's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Rudolph. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Good coverage there holds them to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Spine. No. He's crashing. He's checking crash. My God.
Mayfield. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Joe Hayden there to bring him down.
2 yards on the pickup.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They run it again with Chubb, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
198. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. 198.
Here's Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And again, it's Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Runs through the contact. And And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final two plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big pickup there. Without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
First down.
Mayfield now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Watch 98. 98's the mic. Cover. 198. Go. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get it.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.